Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the statement by the Minister of National Education for the occasion of the Back to School 2022-2023. The final of the Inter-Regional Traditional Board Games. For the international scene, Gazprom cuts off gas to Germany again. Welcome to our newsroom. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, has made a statement on the occasion to back to school New Year's 2022-2023. Listen for more detail.
Chers compatriotes, chères familles de l'éducation, chers élèves, nous voici encore ensemble par la grâce d'Allah, le Tout-Puissant, miséricordieux, dans une opportunité bien heureuse de cette nouvelle année scolaire.
At the beginning of my speech, I would like to start by paying tribute to His Excellency the President of the Republic on behalf of the entire educational family, and on my own behalf, I would like to express my unceasing gratitude to the Head of State, His Excellency the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, for his efforts, his kind attention, and his exceptional availability that enable us to improve the education and training of our students. Dear compatriots, the beginning of the school year is a decisive moment for the entire educational family. It is also a symbolic moment when we meet the new students and the family who entrust them to us. It is also a crucial moment for the students who are returning to school and to whom I wish an excellent year, as well as for the parents who accompany them with a twinge of sadness. And of course, it is an emotional moment for all the teachers, the administrative and technical teams of our schools, as well as all the ministerial staffs who are preparing to give their best with enthusiasm, determination, and dedication. This new year, we can approach it under the sign of confidence in the quality of teaching provided and the excellence of the results recorded by our students in all the tests and in particular those of the baccalaureate. Our School of Excellence is the best symbol of this. I value education because it is not only the best foundations for the life of our children, but also the true basis for the development of our country. For through education, we can guarantee our youth a promising future. It is also through education that we can put an end to the cycle of underdevelopment and poverty. Dear compatriot, in accordance with the roadmap drawn by His Excellency the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, our educational system is expanding year after year and diversifying its educational offers to all our young fellow citizens in terms of access. Our system records a gross enrollment rate that exceeds 97%, while in 2016 this same rate was 76%. To achieve this satisfactory result, we have built more than 15 new schools in all regions and in Djibouti City. For this new school year, 13 new schools are opened, especially in the regions. 3 rural high schools are under construction and will soon be inaugurated, and 6 bilingual and technological schools are opened, 1 school in each region and in Djibouti City. By opening bilingual and technological schools, we complete the wide range of education we offer to our young compatriots. These schools are French-speaking, Arabic-speaking, English-speaking for refugees, and finally bilingual, technological, in parallel with the democratizations of our system. We are also moving toward excellence. Also, preparatory classes for the Grande École will be created this year at the School of Excellence to accommodate our 37 brilliant students with high intellectual potential from this same establishment. This is a source of pride for us all. Always driven by the will to implement the visions of the President of the Republic to guarantee an inclusive quality school for all students. A modern and equipped center will open its door to welcome our different children for a specialized education. Our ambition is to make this special education center a regional reference. The perspective is for the beginning of the school years and the years to come. Listen once again, the Minister of National Education, Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud.
Ainsi, nous avons développé une offre d'éducation appelée
Perspective for the beginning of the school years and the year to come. Dear compatriot, as you can see, the transformation of our school is well underway. The prospects for this new school year and the year to come are very interesting. In March 2022, we conducted an organizational audit of the ministry, which should lead to a new organization and a new operations this year. This audit should allow us to refocus the attributions and resources of the entities around the strategic objectives of education, such as access, equity, quality, and modern governance. It strengthens sectoral management. It allows all actors to share the vision and objectives. It introduces a results-based management and a monitoring evaluation culture at all levels. After the organizational audit, the development of preschool is one of the main priorities for my department. We have created a preschool inspectorate in March 2021. The inspector has been recruited and trained. She is in this file, as defined in the preschool strategy MENFOP offers 1 year of preschool for all children aged 6. We have set strategic goals for preschool education. By June 2025, 75% of 5-school-year-olds should have 1 year of preschool. This is a result that we must achieve in order to have a direct impact on the quality of teaching learning. All studies show that the students who have had a year of preschool do better than those who have not. We will progressively generalize preschool education to reach 100% by 2030. Our education and training master plan clearly defines the strategic priority for the next 15 years. It is a strategic planning document that is in line with the Djibouti Vision 2035 and with the Sustainable Development Goals at the global level. It is also in line with the African Union's Agenda 2063. The SDF 2021-2035 will be broken down into the 3 education and training action plan, the first of which covers the period 2021-2025. It will be implemented over 3 years. In June 2025, we intend to declare universal inclusive quality schooling. This is a major strategic challenge of the SDF 2021-2035 within the framework of the PAF 2021-2025. The Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training plans to restructure rural school by transforming them into the integrated rural school, which is a new concept. There will be 3 pilot areas that will be implemented as of the beginning of the school year in September 2022. We also plan to organize an international conference on the IRI concept during these school years. The IRI must help us accelerate universal quality schooling. Is still within the framework of the PAF 2021-2025. We plan to complete the sectoral center for vocational training with centers dedicated to the digital and automotive profession. These specialized centers aim to increase the integration rates of young people leaving our training centers and vocational high school. The new school year is also the time for the rest of the country to prepare itself, and the new school year also means supplies and materials needed and required uniforms for the last 4 years. For what is the supplies and school materials, the merchants of the place are rubbing and have decided to unpack their goods and expose in their stores. On the side of the big surface as a hypermarket, Al-Gamil in the industrial zone devoted a wide space to expose all the necessary things that the children can make a good return to school, but also to make good deals and offer discount. On the side of the city of Engela, the 2 big surfaces, the establishment Al-Gamil and Nugapri, one noticed that more widened spaces turn on the left side with the supplies and the school materials, and the backpack with the notebooks of good quality, the colored pencil by adding the felt types. The award ceremony for the winners of the traditional society games competition launched on the August 2020 was held this morning in Sunny Hills Center in Artas region under the high patronage of Her Excellency the Minister. The event was attended by the following officials: the President of the Regional Council of Arta, Deputy Prefect of the Region of Arta, the President of the Regional Council of Tehel, the commanders of the Gendarmerie Company of the regions of Arta, military representative of the Rapid Actions Regiment. After the welcoming words, the President of the Regional Council expressed indicated that the Society Games is that the society games are part of the cultural heritage which deserve to be valued and transmitted to the futures. These competitions are a concrete expressions of the intergenerational connections and are explicitly included in the attributions and actions of the Ministry of Youth and Cultures in accordance with the directives of the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh. Finally, the Minister congratulated and encouraged all the teams of his department who were mobilized to ensure the smooth running of the games. For her part, the minister has indicated that the society games are part of the cultural heritage which deserves to be valued and transmitted to the future generation. These competitions are concrete expressions of the intergenerational connection and are explicitly included in the attributions and actions of the Ministry of Youth and Culture in accordance with the directives of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh. Finally, the minister congratulated and encouraged all the teams of his department who were mobilized to ensure the smooth running of the games. In terms of housing, the government has put in place an adequate policy allowing each Djiboutian to have a decent home. This policy has borne fruit in recent years. Indeed, many Djiboutians in search of housing have now acquired a roof. However, most of them are new housings in the capital. It should be noted that the acquisitions of any housing includes the submissions to certain obligations of the state. For this, the directions of the domains and the land conservationists has just issued a statement of the category concerned. For this, tonight we have on the tray the directors of the domains and the land conservationists, which is going to bring us its light on these new provisions. The traditional board games closing ceremony with the great pump after a month of a competition. The curtain felt this Friday, September 2, in Djibouti City on the esplanade of the town hall. The first editions of traditional board games has drawn its curtains in great pomp, which will have gathered the best player in the countries. What a show, what emotions, what a merit for these engaged people who are for the most part the players. In the first, it is Mutuna Bakari of the town of Bulausa, fine tacticians and especially formidable strategists who won the first place, while relentless Rage Farah of the regions of Arta has imposed its laws in the second, an event that ended in a beautiful festive atmosphere with a great participation of the VIP, including the Secretary of State for Sports, the mayor of the city and his deputy, the secretary general of the state secretariat, and other officials and members of the department, and guests and lovers of the traditional games. For her part, the Deputy Mayor of Djibouti City, Fatuma Mohammed Kamil, has indicated for her part that the society games are part of the cultural heritage which deserves to be valued and transmitted to the future generation. These competitions are a concrete expression of the intergenerational corrections and explicitly attributions and actions. The situations of the Friendship Dam after the rainfall recorded on the Artawiya sector. It is surroundings. The Friendship Dam has reached a volume of 9 million cubic meters of water recorded so far. Although the surroundings are still pouring into the dam, the maximum capacity level of 14 million cubic meters of water has not yet been reached. All the authorities in charge of security have taken all the necessary measures to avoid any risks of drowning for the population. The national police and the gendarmerie have been deployed in the vicinity of the dam to warn the population. These rains, which started during the night of yesterday to today, have largely watered the whole sectors and have put the wadis in flood, like the wadis of Wi'a, which reached a record level. For the time being, the first information we have received the reports the disappearance of a young man of 80 years old who was swept away by the waters of the Wadi of Wi'a. The search launched by the prefectural authorities and the forces of law order continues until late afternoon. However, it is necessary to wait for the report of the prefectural authorities in order to give more detailed information on the loss of human lives or livestock. As part of the price quality control campaign, a team of inspectors from the Ministry of Trade in collaboration with the prefectures and the police launched a large-scale unannounced control operation in Ali Sabih region. The main objective of this mission is to ensure compliance with the prices approved by the Ministry of Commerce and to inspect the quality of foodstuff marketed. During these operations, the ministry's inspector found that the prices charged for the kerosene were well above the price set up by the Ministry of Commerce. Through the voice of its inspector, the Ministry of Commerce takes this opportunity to appeal to all economic operators and ask them to comply with the prices set, while recalling that inflationary price practices are punishable by sanctions and criminal prosecutions. As part of the consolidation of peace and social cohesion among the youth of the regions of Unity, Dikhil, the Association for Social Development and Environmental Protections of Kobad, known as ADSEG, organizer from 1 to 4 September 2022 sports and cultural heritage dedicated to the culture of peace in As'ila. These days were attended by the acting president of the Regional Council of Dikhil, Mr. Ibrahim Guru Abdallah, the sub-prefectures of As'ila, officials of ADSEG Association, members of Seweri FO, and the local peace committee of Dikhil. Also, more than 8 teams from different localities participated in this tournament, namely the clubs of Harru, Okare, Sankal, As'ila, Sisalu, Bonta, Yalahlu, and Kutabuya. Indeed, this project of organizing sports and cultural days dedicated to the culture of peace was carried out with the financial support of the European Union and had as a main objective is to consolidate peace and strengthen the bonds of friendship and fraternity between the youth of the two cohabiting communities. We are in De Gaulle Street, not so far from the private high school Mandela. Close on the side of the road, there is Hussein Aluminium with the Mohammed Hussein craftsmen and entrepreneurs at its head. Mohammed Hussein is a source of inspiration and embodies success of models to follow. Today, this great man has chosen one day to venture into the aluminium joineries. His company Hussein Aluminium participate in the fight against unemployment. We are in numbers of 10 people. Some are trainees, others employed here is in Hussein Aluminium. We had acquired quite a few things in the file of aluminium joineries, as for example, preparing sliding door and windows lace balustrades and projections window, partitions and windows, among others. The man has carved out a place for himself in the construction industries, a sector generally dominated by the country's wealthy or by the young Egyptian entrepreneurs. His company, Al Hussein Aluminium, offers aluminium frames for sliding doors and windows, lighted windows, and projections, partitions. One only have to set foot in these places to recognize that this company is an important provider of unemployment. We have wanted a notice to Marwa Muhammad Ali and Dehsan Hassan Arab are missing. They have not returned home since 6 p.m. last night, aged 18 and 20 years, and both residing in Cité Hodan. They are actively sought by their families. Those who have information are invited to contact their families by the phone number 77 64 62 and 39 or 77 02 77 33. For the international scene, Gabon hosted the African Climate Week, developing a strong regional strategy to address climate change and speaking with one voice in what Gabonese President Ali Bongo has asked of his African counterpart. His country is currently hosting the African Climate Week, faced with the various catastrophic scenarios for the coming decades. Some experts are keen to denounce what they call a climate injustice. With less than 4% of global CO2 emissions, Africa is currently the continent least responsible for climate change, but also the most vulnerable. The event comes at a time when several countries on the continent are facing extreme weather phenomena such as floods in Nigeria or Sudan and drought in Somalia. A new U.S. ambassador to Sudan in nearly 25 years, John Godfrey, the new U.S. ambassador to Sudan, presented his credentials to General al-Burhan, the head of the Sudanese transitional government, on Wednesday. This is the first time in 25 years that diplomatic relations between Khartoum and Washington have been normalized. In 1996, the United States had placed Sudan on its blacklist of countries supporting terrorism. Khartoum paid the prices of hospitality granted to the leaders of Al-Qaeda. At the same time, the Americans put the key to their embassy in the countries under the mate. The Trump administration had removed Khartoum from the blacklist in December 2020. Washington reopened its embassy in 2002, but only sent in charge of affairs since then. Diplomatic representation has remained below the rank of ambassador. In Italy, migrants reception center overcrowded in Lampedusa. On the island of the Lampedusa in Italy, a reception center for migrants is far beyond its capacity. As of this week, the facility is designated to house about 350 people. Is taking in nearly 1,400 people. More than 700 migrants arrived on the island of Monday. The small island of Lampedusa is one of the stops on the long journeys to Europe for some migrants and asylum seekers who arrive either from Tunisia and who have been rescued by the Italian authorities. It is located 144 kilometers from Tunisia and 293 kilometers from Libya. The NGO's SOS Mediterranean said its vessel, the Ocean Viking, which sails in the central Mediterranean, rescued 466 migrants between August 25 and 27 in 10 different operations. And to close up this edition, Nord Stream, Gazprom cuts off gas to Germany again. Germany again deprived of Russian gas. This Friday, the giant Gazprom announced that the gas pipeline Nord Stream, which was to resume services this Saturday, will not deliver any more molecules of gas until further notice is stopped. Since 3 days for maintenance operations, the pipeline which connects Russia to Germany via the Baltic Sea, who would meet new technical problems on a turbine. On the Telegram's messengers, Gazprom reported an oil leak. The Kremlin claims that the problem is related to a shortage of spare parts due to the sanctions against Russia. Moscow claims that these sanctions prevent the return of Siemens turbines that had been sent to Canada for repair. Germany, where the turbine is located, claims that it's Russia that is blocking the return of the key part. This is not the first time since the beginning of the Kremlin's military intervention. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.